Welcome the anointed ones. When you mess with the light, don't be surprised when the shadows come for you. There's a truth about this world that many overlook. Some people aren't here to fit in or follow the crowd. They're here to illuminate it. These are the earth angels, the ones with an inner light so rare and powerful that it unsettles anyone who operates in the dark. And here's the thing, these unique souls don't need to lift a finger when trouble finds them, because the universe seems to have its own special way of handling anyone who tries to cross them. A fact? In spiritual teachings, it's said that those who walk with a higher purpose have a kind of divine shield around them. Try to mess with them, and it's like trying to throw a boomerang in a tornado. It's coming right back at you and twice as fast. So what happens when someone tries to mess with a divinely guided earth angel? Well, let's just say they end up playing themselves in ways they never saw coming. It's like trying to trip a person who's already flying. And as we're about to dive into the story of what really happens, prepare yourself for some truth, a touch of irony, and a whole lot of cosmic justice. Number 1. They didn't realize the earth angel has cosmic backup. They had no idea what they were getting into when they decided to mess with an earth angel. This isn't just a person with a good heart and a kind spirit. They're divinely guided, tuned into a frequency beyond the usual human experience. Earth angels carry an inner light so rare and potent that it draws protection from forces most people never even consider. Messing with one doesn't mean crossing paths with just them. It means stepping into the territory of something much bigger, where energies are at play that they couldn't even begin to understand. When someone plots against an earth angel, they unknowingly trigger an invisible chain reaction. Forces of protection start aligning, unseen to the naked eye, but undeniably felt by those who try to interfere. It's almost like a universal warning sign flashes, marking that person for some cosmic payback. And it doesn't come gently. It arrives in the form of situations turning against them, plans falling apart, or even unexplained setbacks that seem like bad luck but are far from coincidental. They thought they could get away with whatever they wanted, but instead they find themselves dealing with the echo of their own intentions coming back with force. This isn't just karma, as people often talk about. This is universal law operating on a deeper level. An earth angel's purpose is woven into something sacred, a mission that they might not even fully realize themselves, but one that's still fiercely guarded by forces far beyond human control. For anyone foolish enough to interfere, it's a brutal realization. They aren't just fighting against a single person, but against a divine plan they have no power over. By trying to undermine an earth angel, they end up playing themselves, caught in the crossfire of a cosmic defense that's relentless and unforgiving. Number 2. Their attacks only amplified the earth angel's strength. When people try to harm an earth angel, they often don't realize they're only adding to that person's strength. Unlike most people, earth angels don't absorb negativity in a way that weakens them. Instead, they have an almost alchemical ability to take that negativity and turn it into something powerful. Every insult, every betrayal, every attempt to bring them down serves as fuel, amplifying their resilience and sharpening their insight. It's as if every attack deepens their resolve and adds new layers to their inner strength. The irony here is profound. Those who try to mess with an earth angel believe they're causing damage or gaining control, but they're actually setting in motion a transformation that makes their target even stronger, wiser, and less affected by their actions. Earth angels have an uncanny ability to turn adversity into growth, not by dismissing the pain, but by fully processing it and using it as a stepping stone to something greater. They draw lessons from the hurt and turn that energy around, channeling it into new purpose, inner clarity, and unshakable self-worth. For an earth angel, adversity isn't a setback, it's a sacred challenge. Every attempt to bring them down is like adding another layer to their armor, making them more resilient and less reachable by those with dark intentions. By the time the aggressors realize this, it's often too late. They've already fueled the very fire they were trying to put out. Instead of a broken spirit, they find a person who's not only survived but evolved, becoming something more powerful than they were before. This isn't just surviving adversity. It's transforming because of it, rising above in ways that leave those who tried to harm them baffled, frustrated, and ultimately defeated by their own actions. Number 3. Underestimated the power of high vibrational energy. People who mess with an earth angel often fail to understand the sheer power of high vibrational energy. Earth angels live on a frequency that most people can't even begin to perceive, a frequency where positive energy, peace, and purpose radiate. This high vibration acts like an energetic shield that naturally repels anything low and dark. When someone tries to harm an earth angel, they're essentially bringing low-level, negative energy into a space where it simply doesn't belong. That energy can't penetrate the earth angel's shield. Instead, it ricochets, turning back on the person who sent it. It's like trying to throw a rock at a wall of light. It doesn't go through, it bounces back. So, all that negativity, the anger, envy, and resentment doesn't reach its target. It goes right back to the sender, and the impact hits harder than expected. The aggressor feels the weight of their own energy crashing down on them, often manifesting in unexpected setbacks, emotional turmoil, or even physical fatigue. What they intended to inflict on the earth angel becomes their own burden to carry, leaving them confused and drained. Earth angels aren't passive in this process either. They're aware of their energy and protect it fiercely, often through practices that keep them grounded and aligned. While others may spread themselves thin or let toxic influences creep in, earth angels have a discipline that maintains their high vibration. This isn't about being invincible, but about operating at a level where negativity has no lasting effect on them. Those who underestimate this power learn the hard way that they're dealing with something far beyond ordinary defense mechanisms. In trying to drag an earth angel down, they find themselves caught in the backlash of their own energy, unable to break through the pure, untouchable force of a high vibrational soul. Number 4. They were blind to the earth angel's ability to forgive but not forget. Many people mistake an earth angel's forgiveness for weakness, assuming it means they're easily swayed or willing to overlook harm done to them. But forgiveness for an earth angel is not about letting things slide or pretending nothing happened. It's a conscious choice to release the burden of anger and resentment, freeing themselves from the emotional weight others have tried to place on them. This doesn't mean they forget what happened. Quite the opposite. They remember every lesson, every red flag, every word that revealed someone's true intentions. This memory serves as a guide, allowing them to establish boundaries that are firm and unwavering. Forgiving someone doesn't mean they'll let that person close again. It simply means they won't let the negativity take root in their spirit. Earth angels understand that keeping grudges or clinging to anger only hurts them, draining their energy and clouding their purpose. So, they let go of the bitterness, but they hold on to the lesson. They'll give a second chance to someone who's shown genuine remorse, but they won't reopen the door to those who repeatedly betray their trust. Once an earth angel closes that door, it rarely opens again. This boundary is not built on bitterness, but on self-respect and a deep understanding of their own worth. They know they're here for a higher purpose, and they don't have the time or energy to keep entertaining those who don't value it. This is where people who've wronged them often get confused. They expected forgiveness to be an invitation back in. Instead, they're left on the outside, watching as the earth angel moves forward, stronger and more self-assured. Forgiveness for an earth angel is a release, but forgetting? That's a luxury they simply don't afford to those who didn't value their kindness. Number 5. The tables turned faster than they could react. The people who set out to harm an earth angel rarely see what's coming their way. They think they're in control, pulling strings and manipulating situations to their advantage. But what they don't understand is that the universe doesn't miss a beat. The moment they set harmful intentions against someone guided by a higher purpose, they activate forces far beyond their grasp. It's as if the universe steps in, recalibrating events with pinpoint precision to protect the earth angel and expose those who intended to do harm. This shift happens faster than the aggressors can even process. They may have thought they had the upper hand, but suddenly their plans start to unravel. Situations they counted on begin to fail. Alliances they relied on fall apart. and circumstances they believed they controlled slip right through their fingers. And just as they think they can recover, something else goes wrong, leaving them scrambling to make sense of it all. It's like watching a carefully laid house of cards collapse in one swift, unstoppable motion. The irony is that the Earth Angel doesn't even have to lift a finger. Their purpose is protected by something bigger than any human scheme. Those who plotted against them find themselves entangled in their own traps, facing consequences they never anticipated. They're forced to deal with the fallout of their own actions, facing setbacks and challenges that seem to come out of nowhere. What they tried to project onto the Earth Angel comes rushing back at them, and this time, there's no escape. These individuals often don't understand what hit them because they never saw the Earth Angel as a threat. But in trying to harm someone with divine guidance, they unknowingly crossed paths with the universe's unwavering sense of justice. And once that balance is set in motion, there's no way to reverse it, only to face it. Number 6. They didn't account for the mirror effect of divine protection. What many people don't realize is that when they direct negativity at an Earth Angel, they're stepping into something like an energetic boomerang. Earth Angels are surrounded by a powerful form of divine protection that doesn't just absorb energy passively, it reflects it right back to its source. This mirror effect is not only a form of protection, but a swift, unmistakable reminder that every action carries consequences. So when someone tries to harm an Earth Angel, all the negative energy they send out is returned to them, multiplied and intensified. This mirror effect often hits harder than they ever anticipated. While they might have thought their intentions would go unnoticed or unchallenged, they're instead met with a sharper, more brutal version of their own negativity. It's as if the universe amplifies their intentions, holding up a clear reflection that forces them to confront the very energy they tried to cast onto someone else. And because they didn't account for this effect, they're caught off guard, unprepared for the intensity of what comes back their way. The Earth Angel, in the meantime, doesn't need to retaliate or defend themselves actively. They simply continue on their path, unaffected by the chaos others try to bring. Their energy field is so aligned with higher frequencies that it repels low vibration energy without them even realizing it. This creates a natural force field that not only keeps negativity at bay, but turns it around. The sender is left with a clear message. You can't harm someone protected by divine energy without harming yourself. It's a harsh lesson in the law of cause and effect, and one that often leaves those who underestimated the Earth Angel's power regretting they ever tried to cross that line. Number 7. They were tricked by the Earth Angel's outer calm. Those who try to manipulate or harm an Earth Angel often make a critical error. They mistake calm for weakness. To them, the Earth Angel's gentle demeanor, quiet resilience, and forgiving nature seem like signs of passivity, something they can take advantage of without consequence. But beneath that calm exterior lies a strength they can't comprehend. A quiet, immovable force that doesn't shout or demand attention, but is nonetheless unbreakable. Earth Angels don't engage in petty conflict or waste energy on trivial battles. They choose their responses carefully, often meeting aggression with silence, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. This inner strength isn't loud, but it's deeply rooted. When an Earth Angel reaches their limit, their silence speaks louder than any confrontation. It's a silence filled with clarity, boundaries, and a finality that people don't expect. By the time an Earth Angel decides to distance themselves, there's no turning back. The calm they once showed turns into a wall that others can no longer breach, a quiet but firm decision that separates them from anyone who no longer deserves their energy. What the aggressors fail to realize is that Earth Angels are masters at reading people. They often see intentions and hidden motives long before others reveal them, choosing to remain patient and giving chances that most wouldn't. But when their patience runs out, it's because they've seen enough. The finality of an Earth Angel's silence is a shock to those who mistook their kindness for permission to exploit. In the end, these people find themselves on the outside, confused by the abrupt distance but left with no way back in. That silence becomes the ultimate statement, a boundary that speaks volumes without a single word spoken, showing that peace is far from passivity, its power in its purest, most unshakable form. Number 8. They attracted their own demise through jealousy and envy. People often don't realize that jealousy and envy are forces that harm the one who harbors them far more than the one they're aimed at. Earth angels, by nature, exude a light and presence that draw others in. Their calm, kind-hearted energy is magnetic, and without trying, they often inspire admiration from those around them. However, admiration can quickly turn into envy, especially when people start comparing their own lives, struggles, or insecurities to the Earth Angel's sense of peace and purpose. This jealousy becomes a twisted, self-inflicted trap, one that the Earth Angel has no part in, but that ends up consuming those who fall into it. Jealousy blinds people to reality. Instead of focusing on their own growth, they become fixated on someone else's path, feeling resentment instead of inspiration. This bitterness clouds their judgment, leading them to make choices rooted in pettiness or insecurity, which ultimately brings about their own downfall. They might try to undermine, gossip, or sabotage the Earth Angel, thinking they'll somehow lessen that person's shine. But Earth Angels operate on a level that jealousy can't touch. While others are busy obsessing over them, they're focused on their purpose, protected from these negative energies by their own positive frequency. In a strange way, jealousy becomes a form of self-sabotage for the people who harbor it. The more they feed into it, the more they draw negativity into their own lives, creating obstacles they wouldn't have faced if they'd simply let go of the envy. Ironically, they end up tripping over the very things they hoped would bring the Earth Angel down. The Earth Angel remains untouched, their light undimmed, while those who allowed jealousy to guide them are left wrestling with the chaos they created. In the end, the harm they intended for the Earth Angel only becomes a mirror, reflecting back on them with all its destructive force. Number 9. They triggered their own insecurity by projecting it onto the Earth Angel. People who try to undermine an Earth Angel often do so because of deep-rooted insecurity. They see someone who embodies confidence, peace, and spiritual elevation, and they feel threatened by it. Rather than confronting their own fears or acknowledging the parts of themselves that they don't like, they project these insecurities onto the Earth Angel. They try to label them as too perfect, too good, or out of touch, hoping to diminish the angel's light and elevate themselves in the process. But in doing so, they only reveal more about their own unresolved issues and inner turmoil. The Earth Angel becomes a mirror, reflecting back their hidden fears and discomforts, forcing them to confront what they've avoided. Insecurity works like a boomerang. When someone projects their own flaws onto another person, it's not the other person who bears the brunt of it. It's the one doing the projecting. By trying to tear down an Earth Angel, they're actually shining a bright light on their own inadequacies. Their attempts to damage the Earth Angel's image only serve to expose their own shadows, the parts of themselves they haven't yet healed or acknowledged. The more they try to hurt, the more they hurt themselves, stuck in a loop of self-inflicted pain. What's worse is that the Earth Angel is usually unaffected by these attacks. They operate on a frequency that's so far removed from the insecurity-driven chaos that it doesn't even register. The real damage is done to the person who can't escape their own reflection, trapped in a cycle of projecting their unhealed wounds onto someone who isn't bothered by them. Ironically, the Earth Angel continues to thrive, while the insecure individual is left alone with their own insecurities, unable to escape the painful reminders of their unresolved inner conflicts. Number 10. They misjudged an Earth Angel's patience as permission. Many people make the mistake of misjudging an Earth Angel's patience as permission to test their limits. They see the kindness, the calm, and the willingness to forgive, and they believe they can push boundaries without consequences. But what they fail to understand is that Earth Angels possess a deep wisdom that allows them to observe far more than they let on. They see the hidden motives, the subtle manipulations, and the unspoken disrespect. Instead of reacting impulsively, they offer people the space to redeem themselves, giving them multiple chances to change. But that patience is not endless. It's a calculated gift. And once it's used up, the Earth Angel doesn't simply walk away. When an Earth Angel reaches the limit of their patience, it's not a dramatic exit. It's not about creating a scene or seeking vengeance. Instead, they evolve, transforming into a version of themselves that the offender can no longer recognize or reach. The gap that forms between them and the person who misused their patience is unbridgeable. It's as though they step into a higher frequency, where the petty dramas and toxic behaviors of others no longer have any effect. They are no longer the same person they were when they gave chances. The person who once had access to their time and energy now finds themselves locked out, unable to penetrate the walls the Earth Angel has quietly built. This evolution is subtle but powerful. The Earth Angel's silence, calm, and detachment become an impenetrable force field. Those who once believed they could push the Earth Angel around suddenly find themselves on the outside, facing the consequences of their actions. What they misread as permission to continue testing boundaries turns into a painful realization that they've lost access to someone who never truly needed them in the first place. The Earth Angel's evolution is a graceful, unspoken reminder that they are not someone to be taken for granted. Number 11. Their attempts at manipulation just revealed their weaknesses. When people try to manipulate an Earth Angel, they unknowingly reveal their own vulnerabilities. Earth Angels are naturally intuitive, able to see through the facades others put up. The manipulation tactics they encounter, whether subtle or blatant, don't faze them because they understand the deeper insecurities at play. What these manipulators fail to realize is that their attempts aren't just unsuccessful in controlling the Earth Angel. They expose everything they're trying to hide. The more they try to pull the strings, the more their own weaknesses become apparent. Manipulation is often rooted in insecurity, a desperate attempt to control something outside of themselves because they feel out of control inside. When someone attempts to manipulate an Earth Angel, they're not only showing their lack of confidence, but also their lack of self-worth. They try to exert power over the Earth Angel, but in doing so, they're really highlighting their own internal struggles. The Earth Angel's response, often a quiet detachment or firm boundaries, forces these weaknesses into the light. It's like a spotlight on the flaws they've been trying to keep hidden from everyone, including themselves. What makes it even more powerful is that Earth Angels rarely need to call out these flaws. Their detachment is enough. The fact that they don't engage with manipulative behavior is a statement in itself. They don't need to get involved in drama or prove anything. They simply withdraw their energy. And in doing so, they make it painfully obvious to everyone around who the manipulator really is. The Earth Angel doesn't need to confront them. Their absence and refusal to play the game are the harshest truths. The manipulator is left exposed, their own weaknesses on display for everyone to see, while the Earth Angel remains unshaken and untouched. Number 12. They fail to recognize the divine timing in an Earth Angel's life. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they try to derail an Earth Angel is underestimating the power of divine timing in their life. Earth Angels don't simply exist by chance. They are spiritually aligned with a higher purpose, and their journey is guided by forces that operate far beyond human understanding. Every challenge they face, every obstacle they overcome, happens in perfect timing, designed to elevate them to the next phase of their destiny. When someone tries to obstruct their path, they're not just challenging the Earth Angel. They're going against the cosmic flow of events that is meant to unfold. And that never works out the way they expect. Those who attempt to disrupt the Earth Angel's journey often find themselves caught in a web of their own making. They may temporarily create confusion or attempt to steer the Earth Angel off course, but they fail to realize that they're not fighting just one individual. They're fighting against divine order. The Earth Angel's life is a series of carefully orchestrated moments, and no human interference can prevent what's meant to be. In the end, the ones who try to block the Earth Angel's path end up falling out of alignment with their own purpose, experiencing stagnation and frustration as their lives seem to lose direction. Meanwhile, the Earth Angel continues to move forward, as if nothing ever happened. They may face temporary setbacks, but those are merely stepping stones to the next chapter of their spiritual evolution. Those who try to hold them back find themselves stuck in the very mess they created, while the Earth Angel rises, propelled by the invisible forces that guide them. The irony is that while they may try to obstruct the Earth Angel's progress, they end up obstructing their own, watching as the divine timing in the Earth Angel's life works in ways they could never have anticipated. In the end, those who attempted to play games with an Earth Angel underestimate their resilience or try to manipulate them. All learn the same harsh lesson. What they failed to see was that the Earth Angel was never someone they could control. Each attempt to derail, deceive, or diminish only revealed their own insecurities, weaknesses, and ignorance of the deeper forces at play. Earth Angels are not just ordinary people. They are divinely guided beings whose paths are etched with purpose, protected by cosmic forces, and aligned with a timing beyond human comprehension. When others try to disrupt that flow, they are not merely obstructing a person. They're challenging the very rhythm of the universe itself. And in the end, it's not the Earth Angel who suffers, it's those who try to mess with them. They end up trapped in their own misdeeds, left to face the consequences of their actions, while the Earth Angel continues to rise, untouched and unbothered. Because when you try to break someone who is divinely destined to thrive, you're only breaking yourself. So for all those who thought they could harm, control, or diminish the Earth Angel, remember this: the tables will turn, the divine will always protect, and in the end, they won't just walk away, they will evolve. If you've felt the power of the Earth Angel's journey and want to dive even deeper into the extraordinary forces that shape their path, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join this incredible community of awakened souls, because we're just getting started. You don't want to miss out on more powerful insights, mind-shifting content, and spiritual wisdom that could change the way you see the world. So subscribe now, and let's keep this journey going together, because when you're connected to the divine, the best is yet to come. God bless you.